Tyra Jamel Moore. Tyra, I've been watching and wondering about how you're going to do in court and how you're going to act and what you're going to do, if you're going to even keep your attorneys, like, for instance, like Daryl Brooks. And I only comparing you to Daryl Brooks is because you remind me a lot of him and the annex that you've talked about before, Tyra, about different things. Let's start out by uh, trying to represent.
Third-party intervener in that matter, appearing as authorized representative for my client. I accept for value in return for value all of the charging instruments in this matter and make my exemption available for discharge of all obligations and charges connected with this case. I do not dispute any of the facts in these charging instruments, and I do not consent to or agree to being called that man, Your Honor.
Oh, are you going to say Tyra J. Moore isn't your name when you go into court, Tyra? I find that really strange. How you call yourself your legal name, Tyra Jamel Jailbird Moore, all the time on YouTube, but yet you can't exactly do that in a court of law, or the spelling of it, where it's all in capitals. And I couldn't find that little clip of that, but and I want to apologize to and bear with me when I play these clips. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff, but anyway, and you're always wanting to call out things, and you're wanting to say that you're going to bring things up in court if you catch them lying. But let's see what happens when you try to add evidence in beforehand.
Of the jury, and thank goodness, because look how Brooks blew up.
Second of all, if we go down that road, we would be forced to counter that claim by pointing out that not only does the defendant not live with the child in question, he doesn't live with any of the other children that he has. He impregnated Erica Patterson when she was a minor in Nevada, and for doing so, he was convicted of statutory sexual seduction.
And don't listen to this part here where Dale Brooks is a registered sex offender and stuff, because I don't
apply. If there's any causation that would lead to Erica Patterson
and I want to
being a
just
bad
make
mom,
that
Mr. Brooks
perfectly
has a direct
clear.
role in that causation.
My point was I forgot to edit this clip when I was going through all this.
Let him finish. If we don't open the door on that, no, since he
But
make a record and not be
the
accurate,
point
so
being
let's be accurate on
is
the record since you think you know
Daryl Brooks
so
was
much.
trying to enter in
So we can open the door
some
on-
evidence,
we can open the
and
door on how
the
old
district
she was
attorney
when we met.
is
He's
telling him
asking
what's
us
going to
over
happen
the top.
if he goes down that road.
Mr. Brooks, I'm ordering you to sit down
And
and to let the state
No,
finish.
I'm not going to sit here and let somebody beat me
Bringing
out
up
of the
stuff
record.
to,
Right. Under Illinois versus Allen,
like
I
the
warned him
threatening and
repeatedly,
stuff,
he's being removed from
all
the
that stuff
courtroom.
that he's done
And you know what?
in the past, if he wants to bring that shit up,
Take an early lunch,
and
1 hour,
what's going to
come back.
happen, the state's going to take it and bring up all the times that you've threatened everybody. And why you shouldn't add into things when you get upset. And then let's see what this one says.
So that had to be said. So it's the defendant.
That's not how it was said.
That was how I said. You want to run the record back?
Mr. Brooks.
So I'm the only one. I got one.
Mr.
I got one
Brooks.
ear that work, and I heard that.
This
Come on,
is
man.
to benefit
man.
you so
No,
that
it's
you
not.
understand
Ain't none of
your
this to benefit
witness
me, so let's
has
be clear
a
about
prior
that.
record.
Your Honor, when I leave the table, I'm away from the courtroom, and I have to elevate my
Is
voice.
this what you're going to do
This is the
when the
So she had to
alleged
elevate her
record
voice.
of Abel
district
Lissette.
attorney
Stop
says
talking.
something that you don't like and talks a little loud? Oh, but you're the only one that can talk
One
really
more
loud to anybody. But nobody can take it and raise their voice at you, but you can raise your voice at them. Is that what you're going to do, Tyra? You know, see, you trying to take in and do things your way and not using the decorum of court. You see how this is going, don't you? It's not going to end good for you. Oh, here's another good one, Tyra.
I'm going to take a 5-minute recess. When I come back out, the jury will also be coming out. I'm advising you there will be no multiple opportunities where I give you to conform your conduct to the rules of decorum
Well,
and courtesy.
then just hold me in contempt, then, Your Honor.
You are
Hold me in
hereby
contempt, because
advised
I didn't even. I'm trying to
that
seek
if
to
you
understand.
start talking about subject matter jurisdiction or any of these other
It
issues,
needs to be addressed,
or
Your Honor.
in any way
We're not talking
interrupt
about subject matter
the
jurisdiction.
reading
We're
of
talking
the jury
about
instructions.
why my due process
I
has
will
been violated.
excuse the jury and you will be removed
Your
to
Honor.
the other.
Oh, you see that, Tyra? The subject matter jurisdiction that don't apply. She has the right, or the court has the right. And that reminds me of another good one. And I'm sorry, I just have a bunch of clips here loaded up that I'm trying to go through. And find them. Here,
Told you
That's
that
not what I'm
previously.
asking. I'm asking, are the filings part of the record? The filings that were filed and timestamped, that were notarized, that I presented to the court, all the filings, the appearance bonds, the statement of particulars, the notice of special appearance, the court docket sheet, your oath of office, everything that I tried to present into the record. How am I not
you see that?
able to make them
The
part of
judge's
the record?
oath of office.
So they were filed because you presented them to the court during the course of this case. Anything that was not offered as an exhibit and received during the evidentiary phase is not evidence in this trial.
That's what I attempted to do, and you told me that I couldn't. You told
Mr.
me.
Brooks,
You see, Tyra, there's a place and time to enter things in. Are you going to be smart enough to enter in those things at the proper time? Oh, but maybe you'll keep your attorneys. I don't know. Or you're going to fire your attorneys like Daryl Brooks in the 12th hour right before court, dismissing his attorneys and the judge having to go through explaining all that to you. You know, those are the things that uh, we're looking for. Is that what you're going to do? Oh, how about this one? And I really wanting to see this one.
So that had to be said. So it's the defendant.
That's not how it was said.
That was how I
completely
said. You want to
disagree.
run the record back?
Mr. Brooks,
So I'm the only one. I got one. I
Mr.
got one
Brooks.
ear that work, and I heard that.
this
Come on,
is
man.
to benefit
man.
you so
No,
that
it's
you
not.
understand
Ain't none of
your
this to benefit
witness
me, so let's
has
be
a
clear about
prior
that.
record.
Your Honor, when I leave the table, I'm away from the courtroom and I have to elevate my voice. This is the
So she had
alleged
to elevate her
record
voice.
of
Yeah, I know.
frivolous
I'm playing this one
Stop
again,
talking.
but I don't think I played it to
Like, I don't
the
know
end.
who y'all be thinking y'all fooling. I accept the value in return for value. This document.
One more interruption and you're going to be removed to the next courtroom.
That's what you want to do anyway.
It's not what I want to do. Do not interrupt Attorney Opper.
So can
Your
you
Honor,
tell?
I
Can you
believe he
explain?
has 7 prior criminal convictions via OWI 2nd from 1997, and OWI 3rd from 1997, and OWI 4th from 2003, criminal trespass to dwelling from 2006.
Right, I need to take a
Oh,
break.
look
This
at
man
those
right now is having
beady
a showdown
eyes.
with me. It's very disrespectful. He pounded his fist. Frankly, it makes me scared.
Now, despite all of these outbursts, the judge moved forward.
And she took a break. Is that considered making the judge run? Is that running from the court, Tyra? You know. And how about this one?
And with grown kids, ain't nobody gonna talk to me like that. Nobody. I don't have a problem with doing what you ask me to do, not tell me. Just like when
Notice
I
how he
asked you
raises his
about
voice.
subject matter jurisdiction that you have yet to prove on the record.
Ooh,
But somehow
subject
I'm
matter
being
jurisdiction.
intentionally disruptive. Come on, man. Stop. Just stop it.
Jury's coming out.
All rise for the jury.
Not gonna work.
The subject matter jurisdiction. Does the court really have the authority over me? Well, apparently the court does, Tyra, because otherwise you wouldn't be sitting in it. And then for your other part,
gonna work either.
Mr. Brooks, you are advised to stop with the commentary.
No, I'm gonna say what I want.
You called this witness. I'm going to take a break right now and excuse the jury and this witness.
your own.
All right.
What you doing is judicial misconduct. Judicial misconduct. But you don't want the jury to hear the truth. That's not fair to the jury. They have a right to hear everything.
What was that, Tyra? The jury is entitled to hear all the evidence, even though that you didn't put it forward in the beginning? And to do commentary over your own witness, Tyra? Is that what you're going to do? You see how well that worked for Daryl? Didn't work at all, did it? See, all these little ploys and everything doesn't work, Tyra. And everybody always saying, it's fair to, is it fair to say when you did something or how a witness did something? You know, cut out with the fair shit. It's really annoying. But even with that said, let's take a little talk about appealing your case, Tyra. You're saying you're not going to spend one day in jail? Well, I want to kind of beg to differ. Because number one, for that motion to be granted, happens to be the same judge that you're sitting in front of. And I point out Jesse Smollett because they tried to do that at his uh, when he was found guilty, and the judge wasn't hearing it. The judge said, "You're going to jail," and he spent a week in jail before that got approved, and it took the appellate court to damn near agree to allowing him to get out. But you have to have reasons to appeal your case, and the appellate court, the usually the basis for appeal would be legal error, and spelling don't count, and punctuations don't always count. Jury misconduct. Did the jury do something wrong? Was one of them sleeping? Were they talking? Were they talking someplace else? But you have to prove that they did. Oh, and my favorite one, ineffective assistance of counsel. Do you mean you're building up these attorneys and then telling the appellate court that they didn't do their job for you? Just because you're found guilty doesn't mean that they wasn't effective or ineffective or whatever. These are pretty hard roads to overcome. Yes, you have the right to appeal, but once you hit the appellate court and they deny it, it's usually pretty hard to go to the state Supreme Court, because the state Supreme Court can turn it down for any reason and not hear it. So that means that the original sentence gets carried out. That's the way that works, Tyra. And trying to appeal it to the United States Supreme Court, oh my, you got a better chance of, well, I wanted to say freezing in hell, but God, I think Tyra could freeze in hell. But my point being is, Tyra, if you're found guilty, you're found guilty, and you're going to do the time served. Or you're going to take it and do the time and serve the time. And even if you're trying to fight it, you're still going to be in jail or prison. And you thinking that, oh, it's a low class felony and they should have dropped it down to a misdemeanor, but you still wouldn't take it, Tyra, I'm going to love seeing you in court. That's all I'm going to say. Whether you win, lose, or draw, I'm going to have a good time regardless watching you in court. Anyway, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and as always, leave a comment. This is LA Den signing out.